Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to what is not such an exciting edition of Going Places with K&J. However, this is a very special edition of Going Places with K&J. Jenny's not here. She's actually at work. I'm sitting at home by myself with the dogs, and Rocket the Chihuahua is licking a spot on the floor at my feet. So if you hear some odd noises, that's what it is. He actually just walked away, so we're okay. Well, today is December 14th, 2021, and we just had an early Christmas party with Jenny's family. One of her siblings was in with his family from out of town, and so we had to do Christmas a little earlier this year. And not only that, but Jenny and I will actually be traveling back to Las Vegas to see a Denver Bronco Las Vegas Raiders game here in just a couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, a couple short of that. It's like today's the 14th, so that'll be the 26th or 27th, I believe. 26th, I think. So Jenny and I will be in Vegas for then. We won't do a big video then because you guys have seen a lot of us in Vegas. So we'll probably just do a video about Allegiant Stadium and going to the game. So that is about 13 days away. So there's a tradition in our family between me and my mother-in-law. And to be fair, I have given her a lot of grief over the years about certain things. She's a very lovely woman, but she and I are just very, very different people. I mean, we enjoy spending our time together, but I do have a tendency to give her a very hard time. For example, recently we were sitting around watching football, and I don't remember how the conversation started, but it was about getting old or old age or something like that. And I did say to her, I says, well, I've kind of always felt you were old, and I kind of did correct myself a little bit. I felt like that did need some explanation. I started dating her daughter when we were in our teens. So when you're in your teens and there's somebody around that's in their 40s, I mean, obviously you're like, wow, that's old. However, I quickly corrected myself and said, yes, however, and I did say that, hey, when you're in your teens, somebody in their 40s seems old. But I did admit that, hey, now that I'm almost 50, I'll be 50 about halfway through 2022, that somebody, when you're 50 and you're looking at somebody in their early 70s, it doesn't seem that far apart, whereas when you're in your teens and somebody's in their 40s, that seems like a world away. And I also admitted that much to her delight, that being I am turning 50, that my doctor has suggested that I get a colonoscopy this year. And she got incredibly thrilled about this for some reason, and I don't know why. But one of my mother-in-law's favorite things to do is get a colonoscopy. I mean, she thinks this is wonderful. I mean, she's like just almost excited and exuberant. She said it's no big deal. You go in there, they give you a warm blanket and a little bit of sedative, and the next thing you know, you're taking a nap and they're done. And she literally lights up when she starts talking about a colonoscopy. But anyway, I think that's a little odd, and it's not something that I'm looking forward to. But hey, I guess that's something you have to do. So this here is my Christmas gift from my in-laws. And so I give, you know, I can give somebody a hard time, but that means also you must be willing to receive a hard time in return. And one of the things that my mother-in-law has delighted in doing for the last several years is I never want a Christmas gift. I always want, you know, I'll buy my own. So give me money. If you're going to give me anything, give me money. And in this particular case, this is a poinsettia made out of, if you can see that, $1 bills. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to unwrap this. I don't want to do that because it took her a lot of effort. I mean, she actually crazy glued or rubber cemented all of these little balls onto here. And everything she does takes a considerable amount of effort. But part of my penance for giving her such a hard time over the years is I have to unwrap this. that it's just something I have to do. I would love to leave this as a display piece. A few years ago, she actually made me a belt that was about 3 feet long, and it was literally woven together $1 bills. And I wanted to keep that too, just like I want to keep this one. But I can't, because it's part of the punishment for giving her such a hard time. This is my punishment for doing so. I've got to unwrap this thing. And so as I start, I'm not going to actually make you sit here and watch me unwrap the whole thing, but just a couple of them. And as you can see, I mean, this is pipe cleaners. This is well done. I mean, well thought out. She puts a lot of effort in this, and sometimes it takes her an entire year to come up with whatever my punishment is and get it done. So as you can see, that's very well done, a dollar bill poinsettia. But now here's the second part of this story. If you're curious about my in-laws, you will actually, on our go to Going Places, and you will actually see that we took them to Las Vegas for their 50th wedding anniversary. It ended up being their 51st because of COVID, but nonetheless, you see us going to some of the casinos, looking around, going to Hoover Dam, that sort of thing. So if you want to see who my in-laws are, there they are. So, and I'm not sure how this started, but in the last few years, my father-in-law has had a running joke that he actually met his wife, my mother-in-law, my wife's mother, at a pole dancing club in Germany. My father-in-law served in Vietnam, so I think he spent some time in Germany around that time. So, you know, we actually, everybody has a good laugh over this, because if you knew my mother-in-law, you would be totally out of character. My mother-in-law is a lifetime Sunday school teacher and church attender, and so to think that she could possibly be working in a pole dancing club would be really silly. And see, I don't know what a pole dancing club is, to be rather honest with you, but when I think of somebody pole dancing, I think of a gentleman's club. So to put it a different way, you know, it's like being said, hey, your mother-in-law is a stripper. And again, it's just a joke, you know, there's nothing to that. So we just, you know, it's just a laugh. We have a good laugh over it, because it's just so contrary to her character that it has to be a joke. But last year, I tried to make this video, and something occurred to me. This actually may not be a joke. Because if you notice, as I begin to unwrap the first poinsettia, oh geez, oh wow, this is, okay, that's a little bit of wire. Oh no, how am I going to get that? Oh no, the wire got caught up, and I don't have anything to cut it with. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to move on to another one. That one got a little hung up. Uh-oh. Okay, moving on to the next one. I hope they're not all like that, otherwise I'm going to have to jump up and grab a pair of scissors real quick. So again, untwisting this. All right. Oh, is this one going to come apart? Oh, no. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to get scissors, guys. Hold on just a second. Okay, so hopefully I'll now be able to get this. Whoa, this is really on here. Good. And so, wow. All right, is it? No, it's still not coming off there. Wow. Okay, so oh yeah, it's rubber cemented on there. And getting back to my story about the absurdity of my mother-in-law being a pole dancer, and when I think of pole dancing, I naturally think that of strip clubs, adult establishments, but if you think about it, I'm not real versed in adult clubs like that, but from my understanding is they are actually paid by the clients in $1 bills. And from my understanding, this poinsettia contains 75 $1 bills. So last year, when I was undoing the saran wrapped money, which again was all $1 bills, I began to consider the possibility that my mother-in-law is actually making my Christmas gift out of $1 bills that she earned at her job as a pole dancer. Now, again, my mother-in-law is a lifetime Sunday school teacher, and I'm, again, no expert, but it would seem like somebody that was a pole dancer, being a Sunday school teacher as well, is somewhat of a conflict of interest. Again, no expert, but I'm not sure how people would think of that if their Sunday school teacher made a living at pole dancing. And again, I think it's just a rumor, just a silly little joke. But it's times like this, I do really wonder if there's not some truth to that joke. And I don't know about you, and again, this is just me talking out loud. I don't know that I would like to walk into an adult establishment, a gentleman's establishment, and find my mother-in-law working there. Because it becomes very awkward, because then you have to go home and tell your wife, hey, by the way, I was just in a gentleman's establishment, and I ran into your mother who works there. And so that would just be an awkward conversation all the way around. First off, you would have to explain why to your wife that you were in a gentleman's establishment that offered pole dancing services. And then you would have to, your wife would probably want to address with her mother why she was working in an establishment that offered pole dancing services. So as you can see, this is a very, very awkward thing to consider. So as you can see, this is going to take me quite a while. I think last year's took me about 20 to 30 minutes to do, because she literally cellophane and saran wrapped a bunch of $1 bills that I'm sure she just went to the bank to get, or just you saved them up over a year's time. I'm sure she did not get them in any other way besides just normal transactions, not the rumors that I've heard over the years about my dear sweet Sunday school teaching mother-in-law. So I do encourage you to look at our other videos with our in-laws in it. When we went to Vegas, we had a very, very good time. And here's the funny part. Just a couple of weeks ago, Jenny, my wife, got a text message from her mother, and they want to go back. My father-in-law wants to actually go back to Vegas, but also visit Death Valley, California. While we're in the area, there's some things there he wants to see. So very soon, we will be booking our next trip to Vegas with the in-laws next October, actually. So it's basically a year away. So you will see that trip in 2020. But for now, my name is Chris. This is Going Places with K&J. Do me a favor, like, view, and subscribe. Look at some of our past videos. And if you do know my mother-in-law, I'm sure you would agree. There's no way in this world that she is a pole dancer, that she does not work in a gentleman's club, nor has she ever. But if you know differently, please let me know, because obviously I would like to know that. And until then, until Jenny and I go to Las Vegas, thank you very much.